a boy who spent most of his time alone, buried in books, dreaming about the future. A boy who would one day become one of the most influential people on Earth. This is the story of Elon Musk before the fame, before the billions, and before companies like Tesla and SpaceX changed the world. This is the story of a lonely child from South Africa who dared to dream bigger than anyone around him. Elon Reeve Musk was born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa. His father, Elon Musk, was an engineer, while his mother, Mai Musk, worked as a model and dietitian. From an early age, Elon was different from most children. While other kids enjoyed sports and outdoor activities, Elon preferred spending hours reading books. He wasn't interested in fitting in. He was interested in learning. According to those who knew him, Elon could read for 10 hours a day. Sometimes he became so focused on a book that he wouldn't hear people calling his name. His curiosity seemed endless. He wanted to understand how everything worked. Science, technology, space, the future. Nothing fascinated him more than those topics. By the age of 9, Elon had already read many books that most adults had never touched. He loved science fiction novels. Stories about space exploration, advanced technology, and distant civilizations captured his imagination. One of his favorite books was The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The book made him think about humanity's future and the importance of asking big questions. Elon later said that books helped shape the way he viewed the world. They taught him that even impossible dreams could become reality if someone was willing to pursue them. Little did he know, those lessons would guide the rest of his life. Despite his intelligence, Elon struggled socially. He was shy and often kept to himself. Many classmates didn't understand him. Some even saw him as strange. As a result, Elon became a target for bullying. The bullying was severe. He was frequently mocked, pushed around, and excluded by other students. In one particularly violent incident, a group of boys attacked him and threw him down a flight of stairs. He was beaten so badly that he needed medical treatment. The experience left both physical and emotional scars. For many children, such experiences might have destroyed their confidence. But for Elon, they became fuel. Instead of giving up, he escaped into books, ideas, and dreams of a different future. In the early 1980s, computers were still new and unfamiliar to most people. But when Elon first encountered one, he immediately became fascinated. At age 10, he received a computer called the Commodore VIC-20. Most children would have used it for games. Elon wanted to understand how it worked. The computer came with a programming manual. What was supposed to be a 6-month learning course took Elon only a few days to complete. He taught himself programming entirely on his own. There were no online tutorials, no YouTube videos, no AI assistants, just a young boy, a computer, and an obsession with learning. Soon, Elon began writing his own computer programs. He experimented constantly. Every new challenge became an opportunity to learn. Then, at just 12 years old, Elon created a video game called Blaster. The game involved a spaceship fighting alien enemies in space. It wasn't a massive commercial success, but what happened next was remarkable. A computer magazine purchased the game's code for approximately $500. For most 12-year-olds, earning money from software would have been unimaginable. But Elon had already proven something important. He could turn ideas into reality, and people were willing to pay for those ideas. This would become a recurring theme throughout his life. As Elon entered his teenage years, he became increasingly interested in the future. He admired the technological innovation happening in the United States. Many of the companies, scientists, and inventors he looked up to were based there. He began to believe that if he wanted to change the world, he would eventually need to leave South Africa. But there was another reason. At the time, South Africa required young men to serve in the military. Elon didn't want to participate in a system he disagreed with. Instead, he started planning an escape route. His goal was clear. First, Canada. then America, and eventually, a future beyond anything he could currently imagine. While other teenagers focused on ordinary careers, Elon thought about extraordinary problems. He became convinced that humanity's future depended on technological progress. Even at a young age, he believed there were several areas that could change civilization forever. The internet, sustainable energy, space exploration. Years later, these exact ideas would become the foundations of PayPal, Tesla, and SpaceX. But back then, they were merely dreams inside the mind of a teenager, dreams that most people would have laughed at, dreams that seemed impossible, yet Elon refused to let go of them. By the time he reached 17, Elon knew that his future wasn't in South Africa. The world was bigger, his ambitions were bigger, and his journey was only beginning. Soon, he would leave everything familiar behind and travel across the world in search of opportunity. He would arrive in a new country with little money, no guarantees, and enormous dreams. What happened next would completely change the course of his life. In the next episode, Elon leaves South Africa and moves to Canada, where he struggles to survive, takes on difficult jobs, and begins the journey that will eventually lead him to America. A journey that would transform a shy, bullied boy into one of the most ambitious entrepreneurs in history, to be continued.